first integral study of the UFO phenomenon in Peru. I traveled all over my country for about 9 years, speaking with witnesses, obtaining audiovisual information such as photographs and videos, and collecting data for this study.
El 13 de octubre del año 2001, en la ciudad de Chulucanas, al norte del Perú, ante cientos de personas, 8 inmensas esferas de luz de intenso color rojo anaranjado fueron grabadas en video. Nosotros fuimos los primeros en obtener estas imágenes y las entregamos a la Fuerza Aérea. Estos objetos permanecieron más de 5 horas flotando y moviéndose aparentemente de manera inteligente y en completo silencio hasta desaparecer.
On October 13, 2001, in the northern city of Chulucanas, and before hundreds of people, 8 spheres of light of an intense red-orange color were recorded on video. We were the first ones to obtain this video, and we gave it to the Air Force. These objects were suspended in the air for over 5 hours, moving in an apparently intelligent manner and in absolute silence until they disappeared.
Días después, el 25 de octubre, fue grabado un objeto luminoso en forma de lágrima, de aproximadamente 25 metros de diámetro, sobre la campiña cercana a la ciudad. A los pocos minutos son registrados el aparente aterrizaje de 2 esferas de luz de en medio de los árboles circundantes.
A few days later, on October 25th, the luminous sphere-shaped object of some approximate 80 feet was recorded over the countryside near the city. Within a few minutes, the apparent landing of light spheres in the wood was also recorded.
En febrero del 2003, la OIFA, organismo de la Fuerza Aérea Peruana, me ordenó investigar estos avistamientos.
In February 2002, the Air Force OIFA ordered me to investigate these sightings.
Asumiendo la responsabilidad de las pesquisas del llamado Incidente Chulucanas, es que en febrero del 2003 el coronel FAB, José Rafa Moloche, director de Intereses Aeroespaciales de la Fuerza Aérea, reconoció ante los medios de comunicación que el Incidente Chulucanas era la primera investigación ovni oficial en el Perú.
Taking responsibility for the so-called Chulucanas incident in February 2003, Peruvian Air Force Colonel José Rafa Moloches, Director of Aerial and Space Concerns, made an open statement to the media acknowledging that the Chulucanas incident was the first official UFO investigation in Peru.
La conclusión preliminar fue que los avistamientos, siendo físicamente reales, no tenían explicación. El caso sigue abierto y la investigación la sigo de manera independiente.
The preliminary conclusion was that the sightings, although being physically real, had no explanation. The case remained open and the investigation continues independently done by me.
El clímax llegó cuando el 6 de agosto del año 2004, junto con un equipo de la cadena de televisión norteamericana Univision, grabamos durante 55 largos minutos un lejano objeto de origen y naturaleza desconocida que se movía en el cielo a gran velocidad, de arriba a abajo, de izquierda a derecha.
The climax occurred on August 6 of 2004 when, in collaboration with the American television channel of Univision, we were able to record for 55 minutes a distant object of unknown nature and origin, moving at great velocity in the sky, going up and down and right and left.
Creo que la Fuerza Aérea del Perú ha hecho lo correcto al abrir una oficina de investigación. La evidencia que nosotros tenemos sobre casos e incidentes que realmente han sucedido en nuestro país demuestra que el fenómeno ovni sigue siendo uno de los grandes desafíos para nuestro actual conocimiento científico y tecnológico.
I believe the Air Force in Peru has done the right thing by opening an office to conduct these investigations. The evidence we have from actual UFO cases and incidents that have taken place in our country show that the UFO phenomena remains one of the greatest challenges to our current knowledge of science and technology.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming this morning. My name is Ray Bowyer, and I fly a civilian airliner as captain. I've been invited here due to my sighting last April of multiple as yet unidentified objects over the Channel Islands region of the English Channel. This encounter lasted for 15 minutes, and the first object being visible from 55 miles distance. On nearing the object, a second identical shape appeared beyond the first. Both objects were of a flattened disc shape with a dark area to the right. They were brilliant yellow with light emanating from within, and I estimated them to be up to possibly a mile across. I found myself astounded but curious, but at 12 miles distant these objects were becoming uncomfortably large, and I was glad to descend and land the aircraft. Many of my passengers saw the objects, as did the pilot of another aircraft 25 miles further south. There is also possible radar information still being investigated. A team headed by Dr. David Clark looking at this case will shortly be published will shortly publish a report, but I understand that this time no definitive solution has been discovered to explain the sighting as yet. I've taken note of some of the differences between the British and the US reporting system. It appears that attitudes on opposite sides of the Atlantic are very different when it comes to the required reporting and recording of this type of event. Air law stipulates quite clearly that if an operating crew of an aircraft see another aircraft in a place that it shouldn't be, then at the earliest opportunity the whole scenario is to be reported to the relevant authorities. In my case, the British Civil Aviation Authority knew within 20 minutes of the sighting what was seen as described in the flight log and faxed directly to the relevant CAA office. The military were informed by Jersey Air Traffic Control at the same time. This is not an option. This is an obligation that crews react in this manner. In my experience, having reported the incident as required has had no negative effect, and there was no problem with me talking about this on British television. Indeed, my company, Aurigny Air Services, have offered every support to date. The assistance of Jersey Air Traffic Control in releasing recorded information to myself and the investigating team has been of great benefit. I did not feel that I was in any danger of being ridiculed, because all I did was report what actually happened, as was my duty as operating aircrew. I heard about the multiple witness sightings at Chicago O'Hare Airport about a year ago now, on November the 7th, 2006. I was surprised to hear how it was handled. Despite many pilots and airport personnel witnessing the object hovering over the terminal, there was no investigation at all by the FAA. It appears that pressure may have been applied to crew members by their company not to discuss this incident. I would have been shocked if I was told that the CAA in UK would obstruct an investigation, or if the CAA told me that what I had seen was something entirely different. But it seems that pilots in America are used to this sort of thing here. I would urge all fellow aircrew to report whatever they see as soon as possible, and to stand up and be counted. It's only when crucial and critical witnesses such as aircrew make reports that the authorities will be kick-started into a broader investigation of this phenomena. Thank you very much.
My name's Nick Pope, formerly with the British Ministry of Defence. Since 1950, the British government has received over 10,000 UFO reports. Now, responsibility for this subject rests with the Ministry of Defence, whose remit is to look for evidence of any potential threat to the United Kingdom or anything else of any defence significance. From 1991 through to 1994, I was the desk officer responsible for these investigations. Most UFO sightings turned out to be misidentifications of things such as aircraft, satellites and meteors, but in around 5% of cases, no